Well, I was right. The game is real. But I was also wrong. This is not Syria, this is April, the guardian being thing of the Grove. And I gotta tell you, this was one of the first things that led me to believe that the game might not actually take place canonically within the Colorverse, that is, the shared universe in which all of the Colorgrave games have taken place so far. Although the main reason I had for thinking this was the presence of Cool King Tom. You see, Cool King Tom was a joke character made by Mimbron as a way of unseriously participating in the character designs for Prodigal. This is the original drawing of him, and yes, he is fantastic. Fast forward a few years to the development of Veritas, and someone, I don't know exactly who on the team, had the idea to insert Cool King Tom into the demo as a character that would speak directly to the player, found in each of the secret rooms and in the special waiting room at the end of the demo. He was also waiting at the end of the Claire Alla mode demo, once again speaking directly to the player. Now, it is important to take notice that Cool King Tom is only in the demo versions of the games. He is not a canon character that actually exists in the Colorverse. This now ties back into April Grove, specifically the testing period for April Grove. Because in the early parts of testing, Cool King Tom could be found right here, just chilling out on the river. And that made me go, aha, this is an indicator that the game is not canon, because Cool King Tom only appears in non-canonical games. And I even thought that was such a clever and subtle way to indicate that. And of course, this is completely understandable. The bulk of the game was thought of and developed over the course of less than a single week. Of course they wouldn't have time, or quite possibly even the desire, to tie it into the lore somehow. It's just a chill game about chopping wood. But, as per usual, 'twas but a ruse, and a trick, and a Mimbron being a fucking rat. I now think the exact opposite of what I used to about the canonicity of this game, and I'm going to show you my reasons why. I think the best way to do this is by laying it all out piece by piece and then start slotting them together afterwards. You'll probably click on to what the grand theory is here before I'm finished doing that, so I'll try not to linger on any one point for too long. So, Cool King Tom, in the later stages of testing and in the final release of the game, which is what actually counts, has his own home in the forest. He actually lives there, in the Grove, in a Cool King Tom styled house. That's one piece. Next is this character, Robin. She lives in a cave, or at least she spends a lot of time there because there's a bedroll on the floor as well as some barrels presumably filled with supplies of some kind. Robin has this little exchange with you when you deliver a letter to her from Cool King Tom. Oh Tom, you never disappoint. He helps me get some of the bad out of my system, taking me other places. The things I've seen, stolen. Oh, I can't wait. Finally another trip. Get lost, I gotta pack. That's another piece. As well as Robin, in some of the caves on certain walls are some strange markings that stand out quite a lot, and one in particular is very familiar. That is undeniably the Dawn symbol. And that's not the only connection to Ladamra, otherwise known as the world in which Curse Crackers and Claire Alla mode take place, because there's also this character, Cyril. He is extremely paranoid and distrusting and repeatedly insists that he's going to find his way home, and insinuates that someone brought him here, or perhaps trapped him here. And although we never get to actually see what's under the big sheet that takes up a large portion of his house, I think I know what it is that it's covering. Does this look familiar at all? Because to me, this looks like a drawing of the ancient gate that you helped build in the library in Curse Crackers, which I may remind you is capable of interstellar teleportation. Cyril is from Ladamra. He was probably even a knight, because at one point he expresses that he's now too weak and elderly to don his armor anymore. But what does that have to do with the Dawn symbol appearing in the cave? Well actually, possibly nothing, aside from the fact that they both connect to Ladamra. You see, I think that these walls are places where a portal appears and they're marked in ways that denote where those portals lead. The Dawn symbol, obviously somewhere in Ladamra. This one kinda looks like Ellie's boomerang to me, and this one we'll get back to in a sec, but looking at these two, these represent the only other places we've seen Cool King Tom. The Claire demo and the Veritas demo. And so I reckon that this last one is going to follow that same pattern, and I do specifically mean going to, because I think this is a crown and representative of the upcoming Colorgrave game, Howling Crown. Now, as of writing this and recording this, a small update to Prodigal is currently being worked on, so it's not 100% out of the question that Cool King Tom is going to make some sort of sneaky appearance in that. But I highly doubt it. I think they're going to keep him strictly in the demos, even though that does kind of go against one of my main points here, and that is that if these theories are correct, Cool King Tom has officially been canonized. I think that Cool King Tom either made these portals or somehow has control of them opening and closing at least, and he sometimes takes Robin with him to all these different places. Also bearing in mind that it's very possible, if not likely, that there are more than just these three. As for how all of this connects directly to Cyril, well, as I said, it actually might not. On another piece of paper in his house, we have what looks like a partial view of the Dawn symbol again. Perhaps Cyril was sent here by the Dawn cult as some sort of punishment, or to send a message of threatening power to the other knights, or perhaps as part of an experiment they were conducting with one of these gates. It's even possible that Cyril knows about the cave portals and about Cool King Tom, but he either doesn't trust Cool King Tom, or Cool King Tom doesn't actually have control over them opening and closing, and simply knows when they will open, or something like that. And perhaps Cyril drew the Dawn symbol on this wall himself, hoping that a symbol of significance is what actually causes the portals to open in the first place. Failing that, he's now been attempting to construct his own gate, presumably from memory alone. I don't know how he's managing that. Then again, he's been here a long time. Maybe been a lot of trial and error. I don't know. I'm just saying, keep an eye out for a guy named Cyril in a future Colorgrave game, maybe even in Clear Ala mode. So to recap, Cool King Tom is now canon, and keep an eye out for Robin as well. Keep an eye out for them. Actually, what if they change their names? What if they use, like, fake names when they travel? I guess they'd still look the same. Although they could use disguise. I don't know. Dude, wouldn't it be crazy if Cyril is actually Clyde and he changed his name when he got there because he's so paranoid about everyone? Because don't forget, we've never seen Clyde without his helmet on. I think this could actually be true. So keep an eye out for the absence of Clyde in Clear Ala mode too. Okay, that's it now. I'm done for real. Can't wait to play the game about Cool King Tom's world-hopping adventures. Until next time.